What is up? I bet you guys are shocked to see 4 Degrees Funnier pop back up on your podcast list. But hi. So this is a 2 degree update, if you will. It's just myself, Jaycee, and I don't have Allie or Darian with me. And I know we were MIA for some time. Those girlies, they be busy living lovely lives. They've got husbands and shit, and soon to be husbands, I should say. So lots of wedding planning, big career moves, lots of stuff going on for them. So it's a little bit harder for us to kind of like get our schedules in line to like meet up and do this stuff. But this 2 degree update is much needed because your girl has some life changes as per usual, right? Like who's surprised by this? Probably nobody. And I think like I'm going to try this solo episode, see what the heck happens, see, I don't even know. Maybe you guys are listening. Maybe I'm just talking to myself in the basement. Who knows, right? But anyways, if you are listening, I appreciate you and thanks for joining. And I hope you're not upset that it's just myself. But like I was saying, I definitely have some updates going on in my life. And to be frank, I suppose I'm lonely. Obviously I have Mildred still, which late happy birthday wishes to her because she turned 3. So now I'm a mother to a 3-year-old, and terrible 2s were nothing compared to 3. This week she's been an absolute menace, but I love that for her. She's thriving, she's happy. So this is going to be a little bit chaotic because I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. I know that I have updates that I want to give you guys, and it's kind of funny because I have just been thinking about this podcast so much, and I've tried to coordinate with Allie and Darian, and like I said, it's nothing, no fault to them, but they're just really busy, and I am not. If we don't laugh, we cry. It's fine. It's fine. So here is like a really quick fire update on my life, okay? Buckle up. It's not that exciting, but alas, another update. Also, change the subject again. Welcome to my brain, okay? So far, I feel like there's been 18 different subjects that I've hit. Have I finished a complete thought? No. That's scary. That is the inside of my brain. And this is why I had to come on and start recording this, because this is what plays in my head every night when I go to sleep. And so what I was trying to say before is that every night I'm just laying there thinking about, oh, I would say this on the podcast. Oh my gosh, I wonder if people are thinking about the podcast. And I don't know. It's just this, I send like Snapchat videos to my friends of me chit-chatting and like updating on things, and it's basically like the podcast anyways, and most of my friends listen to the podcast anyhow, so again, it's just like, why the heck not? And for like reference, it's 8:30 on a Friday night. Silence for just that fact. You know where I'm at, okay? You understand. Let's get into it. So my updates, okay? Like I said, this is going to be just rapid fire, and then we will tee off after that and maybe have a little bit more direction, okay? So my updates, I moved again. I turned 30. I am single. I went to the dentist a couple weeks ago, and I've been flossing every day since then. What was the other thing I was going to tell you? Frat bro update, I started intermittent fasting again. So what do you guys think of that? Crazy or not crazy? I don't know. The biggest thing that I'm hung up on is the fact that I have turned a year older, okay? And now let's break this down. So 30, you heard it right, 30, okay? I'm in my 31st year already. Mind-blowing. That's crazy. I am 16 in my own mind. Never did I think, when I imagined 30, me to be living in a basement suite. Love that for me. Again, single again. Also love that for me. And just like solo recording a podcast. I know what you're thinking. Is this a cry for help? And the answer is yes, it is. Okay. So do with that information what you will. Did that make sense? I don't know. That's going to be the problem, is that if this continues of having like just a 2-degree update, nobody's here to keep me in line. So, and this brings me to another point. Because this is just me here and I'm just chit-chatting with you, I'm going to need you guys to be like in the Spotify comments letting me know what you think. Oh, did I say Spotify? Oh my God. Well, does Apple even let you comment? Actually, I don't know. I'm still an Apple fan. Okay. We still love Apple. It's fine. But I feel like the Spotify comments are a little bit hotter for some reason for podcasts. Anyhow, whatever you see this on, whatever you're listening to, in order to like hear me in your ear holes at the moment, comment. Tell me what's happening. Tell me if you like this. Tell me if you hate this. Actually, if you hate this, just don't tell me anything at all because did you hear that update? Like, she's not well. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I just feel like I've been like a very social person my whole life. And being 30 and being in this position is actually very interesting. I would say I'm not like put down with where I am at. I was going to say everything happens for a reason, but I literally, like, if I was a listener, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. That's not true. I don't know if I believe that anymore. But anyways, it is what it is. Life, I realized, is way too short to just live like mediocre, like to settle for mediocrity. How about that? If I put it that way, I could die tomorrow. I could die tonight. I could die in 4 seconds. I didn't. Thank God. But literally. And why do we just like hit these social norms and like try to live by that as opposed to doing what makes us happy? And so again, just being so social and like wanting to talk to people all the time. I literally talk to people all day for my job, but it's not like this, right? And it's just something that I miss. So it's not like I don't talk to my friends and I don't talk to my family, but again, I feel like this is just like, this is something that means something to me and I wanted to keep doing it. And again, life is way too short to just, not do things that make you happy and, quite frankly, like settle in friendships and relationships and things that just don't make you feel like this is great. This is amazing. And I'm not saying that everything needs to make you feel that way, but if there are things that you're like settling for, or just like avoiding doing, like don't. Literally, you could die tomorrow. That's just my reminder to you. So yeah. Let me see what else I was going to talk with you guys about because that was kind of a tangent. But again, this is, just the tabs in my brain and what's going on. So one thing that I did have written down here, couple thoughts that I've just been, spiraling in my head ball about. If now that I'm living alone, again, it's not like I've never lived alone before. Well, have I? Wait, yes, I have. Girl. I have. It's fine. Recently also, like, I don't know how I forgot that, but it's fine. I was thinking, if I were to like choke, nobody would know. So if you don't hear from me for an extended period of time, I could have choked and died in this basement suite. Please check on me. Or Mildred, maybe ate me alive. We never really know. So just some thoughts, just some lovely, kind, when I'm ready for a slumber and I'm laying in my bed all cozy and warm, I just like shoot up and I'm like, oh, okay. So if I die, nobody knows. I do have a job, so I guess that helps too. Like if I wasn't there, my manager would probably be like, that seems weird. So I'm glad we talked about that because it makes me feel makes me feel a little bit better. See, delusional, but again, I just need to talk about it to this computer screen, I suppose, which again relates to your guys' ears. So I appreciate that. Yeah. So the other thing that I was thinking about too, because my life circumstances have changed, I've also been like, just like reflecting on my finances, I suppose, and thinking about what my goals are and what I need to do. So I've been budgeting a little bit more, I feel like I talked about this maybe on the podcast before, but I don't know. And if you don't care, sorry, this is, again, I don't know, turn it off. Just kidding. Don't keep listening to me. I started budgeting, and before my friend had showed me how to do the like budget mom technique, which is basically like you only spend cash. So every paycheck you take your allotted cash out and then you don't use your cards because typically you spend less if you are handing over cash moolah as opposed to swiping a card because like again that's like monopoly money, okay? Which brings me to my point that now that I've been budgeting more, I have like these little cards that just have different categories on them. And I'm not doing the cash thing because I just can't. I don't know. What's my excuse? Nothing, I guess. I just don't want to. I don't know. I'm also bad at math. So there's no more humbling experience than standing in front of like a grocery store cashier and them being like, okay, that will be, $67 and what's the worst amount of change you could do? 47 cents. Fuck you, like, and then I end up giving a $50 bill, or I don't know how much money I just said, but I end up giving just like the full bill and not the change. And then you just got a shit ton of change in the end. And I have a bad habit of taking that change and putting it away. And then that's my coffee money. So is that really budgeting if I just take that money and I put it elsewhere to spend on things that I don't necessarily need? No. So to that, I've been using mostly my cards. Okay. The problem with these budget sheets that I have is that it's kind of like a little game. Okay. It's fun. It almost feels like maybe I should describe this a little bit better for you. So I'll show the listeners, the watchers. How about that? The people watching. So this is what the cards look like. So I have like grocery allowance, milli allowance, gas/car. I decided to make this category pharmacy, but that's like shoppers, So like if I needed body wash or something like that, I got it from the pharmacy likely. If I need new concealer, I probably got it from the pharmacy. So things like that, but also like health things as well. And then the last one that I had is miscellaneous. And so I have allotted dollar amounts for each of those. Watch this just turn into like a budgeting podcast. I have a point, I swear. Hang on. Don't fast forward yet. My point is that I have allotted dollar amounts for all of these within my budget per month. And whenever I have one of these cards in my wallet at all times, and whenever I make a transaction, I ask for the receipt, I keep the receipt, and then I, from that dollar amount, I subtract X amount of money that I just spent. Now you have this much left to spend. Okay? The problem with this is that like your girl likes a countdown. I'm like, oh, I can't wait till we get to 0. And it's like, that's not really the point. The point is that you should be saving money. And I will, say like, it's not like I have like $1 million in each of these. So it's reasonable to get to 0. But like, I started this month and like, I would say in the first week, I was just like, oh damn, like I'm getting close. And then I was like, oh fuck, I'm getting close. Like that's not what we want. So it's defeating the purpose a little bit, but I'll keep you updated on that. If anybody gives one single care at all, I'll let you know how it goes. What was my point? Not me gaslighting you guys to be like, no, listen to me. I have a point, and then me forgetting my point. I was going to say this. Again, it's kind of like fake money. It's like a game, but it's not fake money. It's your real life money, and it's very important to like take it seriously. But again, it just feels like I'm like, you know, when you tap your card, you don't see it, but I take it away from this amount on my card and it just doesn't feel real. But it is very much so real. So I'm just trying to be a good girl and budget and be smart because again, living solo, it's different. Let me tell you. Used to be a Costco girly. Still am a Costco girly. But you know, you don't need a million things. Like I went and I got, I don't know, 3 different types of fruit from Costco. My first Costco like solo trip. It was there like 2.5 weeks later, and I eat fruit every single day. Apparently, your girl only eats a couple berries at a time, but Mildred is just playing with the doorstop over there, and she looks like a small gangster rapper because she's wearing a chain because she's again psychotic and needs to be tamed. But she looks pretty badass in it. She does look like she's like a man, but she's still cute. We love her. And what else can I update you guys on? I've had a tragic event occur in my life. Not really. That's such an exaggeration. But TV has been hot this fall. I don't know about you guys. TV's been so hot. Also, again, I have no life. I mean, what else is your girl doing except watching TV? So I have had on the go Dancing with the Stars, which is on Disney Plus. And if you don't watch that, honestly, what's wrong with you? Wednesday night, I watch them. And because they get released on Tuesday or whatever, but you want to fast forward through the dances you don't like and like, you know, all the little updates. Anyways, it's just nicer to have control of what you want to watch and what you don't want to watch. So I watch it on Wednesday. And when I tell you, again, another humbling experience. Me in my sweatsuit, you know, sitting on the couch with my dog, crying, watching Dancing with the Stars on Wednesday night. Like, no joke, sobbing. No exaggeration. As a grown woman who used to pretend she could dance when she was like in 6th and 7th grade and then came to her senses after she went on stage and got totally humbled by the fact that A, she sucked, and B, she totally forgot the dance. That was embarrassing. Still triggered by that, clearly. I'm not a dancer. It's an excellent show. And this season is absolutely insane. You're telling me these people who don't know how to dance, don't have a dance background, asterisks, because we know that some of them do, which is a little bit unfair, but a lot of them don't. And they are going out there and they are dancing their little asses off. And they are doing such a good job that it moves me to tears. Okay? Let that sink in. If you have not watched, it moves me to tears. And I think that this week I was a little bit more emotional because there was a lot of contemporary dances and it's what they call dedication night. And that is when they like dedicate a dance to somebody who's important in their life. Like, no spoilers. Not that you can spoil it. You have to watch them dance in order to spoil it. And I'm not going to, like, reenact, you know. But Robert Irwin is on the show. And so, I mean, who do you think he dedicated it to? It's his mother, obviously. Because he grew up without a father. Because his father tragically passed away. So, are you crying right now? Because I would be. You know, if you didn't know what happened, I'm thinking about crying at this moment. But that's any given second of my life. Is it bad how much I just giggle by myself here? You guys should literally, no, not you guys should literally, but you would not believe the fact that sometimes this conversation that's going on right now, should I out myself? I don't know. I might get institutionalized. This happens even if I'm not recording a podcast. So, yeah. Anyways, just pretend I didn't say that. I'm just talking out of my little booty hole at the moment. Back to dedication night and Dancing with the Stars. If that's something that you haven't watched, I swear, give it a shot. It's actually incredible. And for some reason, just like the passion and emotion that comes through these dances, tears. Okay. So I've been watching that. Disney Plus. Love. 10 out of 10. Wednesday. Not the day, but like Wednesday Addams, the show, Wednesday. It's on Netflix. It came out like 3 years ago. My mom and I, we watched it together, binged it. Like It's my TV to my core, you know? A little bit spooky, funny, which people don't know. It's funny. Um, great show. Watched it. Season 2 came out, okay? It's on Netflix. 10 out of 10. Love it. So I started watching it this past weekend with my sister and my mom again. Show number 3, Love is Blind, which stick with me here. I know this is a lot of shows. Again, I don't have a lot going on. This is my life at the moment, so just be respectful of that. Love is Blind and Dancing with the Stars, they're a weekly update show. Okay. So it's something that you can't just binge all at one time. Wednesday, that one's uploaded. You can binge it. That's amazing. Okay. The 4th show, I know. Hang on. Okay. This one is like consistently on One Tree Hill. And that's where you again think, okay, should we mental health check her? Yes. Again, the answer is always yes in these situations, especially watching One Tree Hill. So if you've never watched this show, I have no words for you, honestly. Shame, maybe. An incredible show. So many twists and turns. It's almost like the equivalent of, no, I was going to say watching Grey's Anatomy, but that's like so not true. Grey's Anatomy is like a million seasons long. One Tree Hill is just like a one of a kind, like not feel good show, but very nostalgic. And it's just so relatable in a sense. You just feel like all those teenage woes come up. Okay. So anyways, those are the things that I have on the go right now. And One Tree Hill is on Amazon Prime. Okay. Everybody write this down. All right. So my problem is I have these shows on the go. I can't binge something because I'm spreading myself thin amongst my TV watching. So when I was home for Thanksgiving, which yes, it was Canadian Thanksgiving not that long ago. Weird for some of you Americans. I know, it's fine. We're a little bit different and that's okay. We watched Wednesday because I was with my mom and my sister. My father was there, but he doesn't necessarily partake in the Wednesday watching, and that's also okay. So my sister, my mom, and I were watching Wednesday. So Netflix, I would like you to just plug your ears for a moment here. Actually, it doesn't matter because you're mad at me anyways. I've been using my dad's Netflix account for years. Okay? I'm not joking when I say years. I have been watching it since 2023. I mean, before that, but I moved away from, like, significantly away from my parents. I mean, significantly, an hour and a half, whatever. Let's not split hairs here, okay? I moved a little bit further away in 2023, and I've been using his Netflix account ever since then, okay? I lived in place A, and I used his Netflix account. I lived in place B, and I had his Netflix account. I moved to place C, which I am currently at. Netflix account. Last night, Netflix hit me so freaking hard, and it said, "How dare you, you wretched whore, use your father's account at this house?" And I said, "What?" Could you imagine if that's what it said? No, that'd be crazy. No, but it just said, obviously, you're not a part of the household. Please make your own account. Gasp. I'm sorry. I have 2 shows on your platform active at the moment. What do you mean after 2 years of me using this platform, you're going to take this away from me in my time of need? Have you no courtesy, no like empathy for where I am at? So that also answers the question as to why is Jaycee hopping on the pod? Well, she can't watch her shows. Like, I'm hoping that somebody pops up and wants to put an ad on here so that I can pay for a Netflix account, because your girl's not paying for Amazon Prime, Disney, and Netflix now. Are you kidding me? Like, talk about, and again, I just started budgeting. Like, what? Murphy's Law makes sense, you know? That it's so rude. So anyways, I've just really been going through it here. Yeah, and that's kind of my very messy and unorganized update for you guys. I think that If I end up publishing this, amazing. Love that. Love chatting with you guys. I feel better. So thank you for being here. And if I continue to do this lonesome, again, the other degrees they're just tied up. Okay. It's not a problem. I'm happy for them, but we just can't coordinate our schedules. So I'm hoping that the other degrees will join and you guys will get a little bit of an update from Allie and Darian also. But for now, it's your girl. And yeah, we'll kind of keep it hopefully going. We'll see how it is. Again, if I get feedback that this was like, the worst decision of my life, then great. Just tell me. No, that's fine. I can take it. I can take more. But if you do enjoy it, please let me know. And if there's anything like that you want me to talk about or go into or any topics like that, just let me know. I feel like I might do like, I don't know, like maybe a personal update on like relationships and like where I'm at and things like that. Just because again, I feel like once the clock struck midnight on September 8th, 2025, I was like, "Oh, she's a new woman," My life what is life, It is crazy. I didn't think I was going to crash out when I turned 30. I'm not right about everything. So I didn't necessarily crash out. But again, here we are. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little catch up. I can't wait to chat with you soon. Please give me some feedback on what y'all are thinking. And yeah, I'll talk with you soon. Bye.